Hello and welcome to the FIS Para Alpine Ski World Championships 2023. Here we are in Ispo in Spain, and if you like your alpine quick, you're in luck because it's downhill day. You can see a 22 gate course, 17 of those turning in this fast-paced action day here in Ispo. 400 meters worth of vertical drop on this one. The conditions just starting to cloud over a little here in the afternoon. Bright sunshine early on this morning. Members of the Canadian and Slovakian sides looking on. Around about -3, as you can see. A little cloudy. It was bright blue skies and sunshine up until about an hour ago. The cloud is just starting to gather a little as the sun starts to think about dropping behind that mountain just there to the left-hand side. You can see the athletes at the top of the hill getting themselves ready for the race start, which is in just a matter of minutes. Downhill day, as I mentioned at the top of the programme. We'll start with the women's VI in just a few moments. Standing and sitting categories to come for all as well. We'll take a look at the highlights of some Super G action from this World Championship so far. We've had some great action. Looking on for some more out here on the slopes. You can see the wind's a little different at the top of the hill as the clouds have come over, so too is a little bit more wind, but the women's VI contest will get us underway first here this afternoon in Ispo. Rexova, Choi, Marcel and Voza. No Niku, Greek athlete, not taking part in the downhill. Interesting statistic for you if you're into that sort of thing. None of the Paralympic champions from Beijing are here in any of the 3 female categories. Henrietta Volkasova of Slovakia, not here. Molly Jepson in the standing, not here. And Momoka Muraoka in the sitting, not here either. So there you go. Not only we have 3 of the categories, we will have champions that were not gold in Beijing. A bit like for Kosovo, we will start with a Slovakian. Alexandra Rexova, just 17 years of age. We are just being held at the start very briefly to start this race. Not sure entirely what the reason for that is just yet. But I'm told that we are not far away from resuming, so around about 20 or 30 seconds away. You can just see there's a bit of course maintenance happening towards the bottom of the hill. And there you can see right at the top, 17-year-old Alexander Rixova surprised the world in Beijing with a Super G gold. Already taken a combined silver here. Disaster on the opening day. A mishap from her guide Eva Tajikova. Tajikova falling at the very opening gate, more stumbling than anything, but it led to an exit for Rexova in the competition that she just won the Paralympic title in, so was possibly expecting gold there. Silver in the combined, getting back to winning ways on day number 2. And these two get the opportunity to set the first time in this one-run competition. Mazel and Vosa, 2 Italians still to come. Sara Choi, Republic of Korea, up next. So hitting the line in a time of 56.29. So get settled. This will be pretty quick. Everyone will be aiming for somewhere around the minute mark. 4 in the women's VI, 7 in the women's standing, 2 in the women's sitting, 7 in the men's VI, 22 in the men's standing, and 15, I believe, in the men's sitting still to come. So Rexova does what she needs to do. Slight delay until Sara Choi is invited to the start gate. Plenty of youngsters in this women's VI. Choi only 19. Mazel 26, one of the oldest, if not the oldest. And, Martina Vosa 18 as well. Mena Fitzpatrick 24 for Great Britain, not competing here today. So a slight interruption to our schedule here. Unlike those on the chairlift, we'll try not to keep you hanging around too long as we await more action here on what is the 3rd day of competition here in Espoo. The opening 2 days cancelled due to poor weather conditions right at the peak. Wasn't so bad at the top of the first chairlift, but once you got up to the top where the start gate was, very, very hefty winds whipping across and just making it all too unsafe for the athletes to compete. Fabrizio Casal, who was celebrating another gold medal yesterday. He, former guide of Giacomo Bertagnoli, had already got a fair few gold medals to his name. Chiara Mazel is who he guides now, and have picked up gold yesterday. Was delighted. You can see the Koreans just having to maintain some body temperature, keeping themselves psyched up for when they can indeed get going on the course, which we're led to believe is not too far away. Kim Jun-hyung, closest to you, the guide with the giant G on their bib. You can see the gate is open, which indicates we're not quite ready, but Tara has been invited to step forward, so that would indicate we're getting there. Here we go then, back to the action. Time to beat so far a 56.43 from Alexandra Rexova. Sarah Choi of Korea next up to challenge that. It's a quick course. A couple of athletes had a look at it earlier on and decided to pull out, so that often tells you that it's going to push the limits of some of those out there. Huge honour during the 2018 Paralympic Games in Korea, where she was the one of the flag bearers, the opening ceremony. Well, this is tight, look. 0.04 under to 0.01 over. So far, not a lot to choose between Rexova and Choi as they come towards the line. 56.43. Oh, it's just outside. 0.23 from Sarah Choi. That's a really good run. Bronze medalist in Lillehammer at the last World Championships. And with 2 still to come, she's in the worst position of the lot. You needed to be in front of Rexova to guarantee a medal, as she got in Lillehammer. And she has failed to do that by 0.23 in the end. Now, Chiara Mazel, as mentioned earlier, guided by the very experienced Fabrizio Casal. Those two finding themselves almost a tenth of a second down, but that's not a great deal in the grand scheme of things at the top of the hill. She's 26 now. She was only diagnosed with glaucoma at the age of 18. Was Mazel, and has certainly excelled in the last couple of years, and she's already almost 2 seconds up here. This is a very, very impressive start from Mazel. Double gold so far here in Espoo. Is this the run that earns gold number 3? 2.75 seconds quicker than Rexova, with only Martina Rotza to come. Is that a 3rd gold medal performance from Chiara Mazel? 53.91 is now the time to beat. That's a great run from the Italian. Out goes Vosa then. Just 18 years of age, guided by Ilenia Sabidusi. And he's inside. 0.72. This is a lightning start from Vosa. She hasn't got a gold to her name just yet, the youngster. But if she can continue that sort of speed and that sort of lines as she got in the opening section, this could be a historic moment for her. It was silver in the Super G, but she's dropped right behind. 0.32. It's not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. But having gone 0.72 up, can she find a line here? 53.68, she cannot. Chiara Mazel is a world champion 3 times over. The hat trick on day 3. Well, it was very quick from Vosa in the opening section. Dropping behind in the second and finding herself over a second down when it came to that red line at the bottom. And that's the most important one of them all. So we'll take a look at the official results then. Chiara Marcel taking this one for Italy. 53.91 the time. 1.13 seconds behind was Vossa, her compatriot from Italy. And Rexova of Slovakia coming in the bronze medal position. It's Tara Choi of Korea that misses out on a medal this time. Well, there they are. There are the winners of the medals this time around, who are rather bunched up. But, on the right-hand side then, Rexova of Slovakia. On the left-hand side, the silver medal winner Martina Vossa. And in the middle there, Chiara Marcel. It is 3 for 3 for the Italian. Hopefully we'll hear from our winner in just a matter of moments.
Well, congratulations again, Chiara. This is the third day of the World Championships and it's your third gold medal. How do you keep doing this? So your third gold in 3 days. Fantastic. Job well done.
She's shy. He's shy.
Okay, well, can you tell us for us then? How do you two keep doing this? This is your third goal in 3 days. You're doing so well.
Yeah, we are doing great, and yeah, like quite emotional because it's our third goal, and yesterday it was unexpected. Today we had some really strong hope, and really sad for Martina, our teammate, but yeah, we did it and we are so happy, and thank you for everyone that see us.
Well, fantastic, well done.
Well, clearly exhausted of doing interviews. There is Chiara Marcel, but good to hear from Fabrizio Casal explaining that these guys just get out there, give it everything, and at the moment it is working very, very well, isn't it? This is Andrea Rothfuss as we've already got underway with the women's standing. Rothfuss hearing large cheers at the bottom.
Of Italy, Chiara Marcel with Fabrizio Casal.
57.02. That time 57.02. The 3-year-old leads the way. Again, only 7 in this category. Frederic Turgeon is next up to try and stop the great Andrea Rothfuss. Already with a Super G silver. Rothfuss. Turgeon. Just 23. She's inside here, more than half a second as well. There's a lady that won a slalom silver back in 2019. Missed out on the medals in Lillehammer. She's clattered one of the last few gates. And as she hits the line, she's our new leader. 0.38 inside to set a time of 56.64 for Frederic Turgeon. Canadian has the quickest time so far. Aurélie Richard, who has been a very pleasant surprise in this competition so far. What can she do here? Bronze medalist in the combined event. But she's 0.49 down. .21 though, closing in. Richard pushing on here. A bronze so far in the combined. Can she get 56.64? Yes, she can. She's 0.37. Aurélie Richard leads the way for France here. Well, the French are used to seeing a women's standing skier from France leading in Marie Bochet. The future is looking good. Richard with a big performance here. Look at the size of that smile.
Minimum difference between these three racers, and the next one is Anna Maria Rida.
Just 4 to come. Anna Maria Rida would be one of those that would fancy a medal in this category. She's never won a gold at a major championships, the German athlete. Still only 22. First competed back in 2017 in Treviso, a bronze medalist in the slalom. Here, she's got a bronze in the Super G, she's got a silver in the combined, and here, at the moment, she is 0.38 inside the fastest time, and now she's 0.97. Is this the perfect collection? Bronze in the Super G, silver in the combined. Is this the golden moment? Final few gates. She'll start to hear the roar of the crowd gathering here as she hits that line. Oh, she has! 0.92. And Rida's arms are aloft. It's a joyous realization for the German skier. It's bronze on day 1. It's silver on day 2. And now she's in golden position with just 3 to come. Gaskova, just 17 years of age. First World Championships. He made a major debut in Beijing, picking up an 8th place best finish in the combined event. You see, due to hearing impairment, no use of ski poles. First gave skiing a go at the age of 8. Here she is at a World Championship. She's just a foot off the ground for a moment there, trying to correct herself. Wasn't a bad start. She was only half a second down. Will she be inside the minute or just outside? 60.28 for Gaskova.
Vanessa Gaskova s'ha situat 5ena per Eslovàquia amb 1 minut 00:28. Segueix en segon lloc la francesa Aurélie Richard.
Wait for the next starter then. That is Ali Johnson of the United States of America. 28-year-old. So we can perhaps hear through the course microphone somebody shouting, "Yeah!" at Ali Johnson as she goes by. horse riding instructor during the summer months. There's Ali Johnson. She's got a gallop on here, less than a second out in the early part. 3.17 is the gap as he comes through. To get a medal, you'd need to be 56.64. Johnson tucking in here. It's going to be around about that minute mark. Can she get inside? No, she's just outside. And it's 60.56. Just goes behind Gaskova in the standings. So just one more standing skier to come in the women's category.
1:00.56. It is 5 seconds.
Away goes that final athlete from Israel. This is Shane Vaspi. .43 in the opening section. That's slightly quicker than Gaskova and Johnson in the opening stages. See if she can maintain that. In fact, she can't. The single leg skier from Israel just falling off the pace here. 4.05 now down. The second World Championships. Third day running we've seen her. And hitting the line in a time of 101.25. So the title does indeed go to Anna Maria Rieder. Aurélie Richard has picked up herself a silver medal, and Frédéric Turgeon is back in podium places with a bronze. Must be at the end of her run. So it is Rieder that takes it. 55.35 from Richard, who was 0.92 of a second behind. Frédéric Turgeon gets bronze for Canada. Her first medal since the 2019 World Championships. There they are. That's why there's a big smile on Fred Turgeon's face. Not as big as Richard, who is having a wonderful debut World Championships. It's a first gold for Anna Maria Rieder. I'm sure in a moment we'll find out how she feels about that.
Well, Anna Maria, this is your third day. Finally, you've got the gold. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels very good, and yeah, I felt in the training I felt very good, and so I said to myself I had to push very hard, and then maybe it works, and so now it's finally gold, and I'm very happy.
And in German, please.
Ja, es fühlt sich ziemlich gut an, weil beim Training heute in der Früh war es schon ziemlich gut, und ich habe mir gedacht, ja, wenn ich jetzt richtig pushe, dann könnte es sich vielleicht noch ausgehen, und deswegen bin ich sehr glücklich.
Congratulations, well done.
Thanks.
Women's sitting category. Up next, as mentioned at the top of the programme, actually there is no 14 and 15 as far as I'm aware. Both the Americans have decided that that course is just a bit too much for them to tackle. So we've got Annalena Forster and Barbara van Bergen. Forster is en route, a little bit like Kiana Mazel in the women's VI, to picking up a hat-trick. You can see Van Bergen getting ready. 27-year-old Annalena Forster will be first out of the gate, and it is a phenomenal run of medals that she is on. 2 here already. 2 in Beijing. beaten several in Lillehammer. Just one event that she didn't get the gold medal from in Lillehammer. Van Bergen is chasing that first ever gold. Downhill silver last time in Lillehammer. Beaten by this lady. There goes the lady from Freiburg in Germany. A real upturn after the 2015 World Championship. She said that she felt bitterly disappointed back then and used a psychologist to help her performances, and it really has paid off. Since Pyeongchang, she's won a gold medal at least once in every major event. 2 already here in Espoo in 2023. Van Bergen, though, is tough competition, and she will be the lady that will be trying to stop the run here. It's a simple run for Germany's Annalena Forster as she comes through in 57.86. That's the time to beat for Van Bergen. Or is that the run that secures a 3rd straight gold? Goes Van Bergen, former Dutch wheelchair basketball player, double bronze medalist and a silver medalist back in the 2008 games for the great Dutch para-athlete. Giving it everything on the alpine course these days, and I mean everything. It does lead. It's a little bit like watching the male Dutch team as well. They give absolutely everything, and you're never quite sure if they'll make it to the bottom. But at the moment, she's 1.68. This is historic. This is potentially Barbara Van Bergen's first ever gold medal in alpine. She's got a silver in the downhill in the last World Championships. Is she about to turn that into her first ever gold? Yes, she is. Barbara Van Bergen finally gets gold for the Netherlands. Started her competing back in 2019. Didn't pick up a medal. 4th place twice. Last World Championships, it all changed when she picked up that silver medal. But that smile is because every effort, every fall, every slide out of the course, it's worth it because she's now world champion here in Spain. Forster, 2.57 seconds back after winning gold back-to-back in the opening days. But it's finally a victory for Barbara Van Bergen of the Netherlands, and finally that first ever gold medal. Well, whatever view you can get, you get it. I'm not sure he's paid for a ticket in that seat. I wonder if he's been there all night. Well, hoping to catch a word with our winners. There they are. The wind just picking up a little, as you can see from the sponsor board in the background. But it is gold for the very first time for Barbara Van Bergen.
Perfect.
If you can answer in Dutch and then English, please.
Yeah, of course.
Well, congratulations. A difficult first day where you didn't manage to finish the race, but today you've managed to get yourself a gold medal.
Ja, ongelooflijk. Ik had het niet verwacht. Wel gehoopt natuurlijk. Ik heb een heel rumoerig voorseizoen gehad, weinig getraind. Maar ja, dat ik het nu gewoon eindelijk doe, super gaaf. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I had no idea because I had a really rough pre-season. Didn't train really a lot. But to manage it right now, yeah, I couldn't be more happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you well.
Couldn't be more happy. I didn't think she would answer that in any other way. Of course, she is happy. A first ever gold medal. Here we are into the men's VI category, then into the men's 3 categories all together. And as you can see, the wind is just starting to pick up around the venue. This is Giacomo Bertagnoli with Andrea Ravelli. Just turned 24, Bertagnoli, in his guide Ravelli, heading down, trying to replicate the downhill gold they won in 2019. How far under the minute mark will they get themselves? Once again, we've got 7 in the men's VI category. Bertagnoli sets a good marker, 51.52. Quickest time of the day so far from anybody. 51.52 is the time to beat. As always, he's got some hefty competition. He's got 2 medals so far, Bertagnoli, from these World Championships, none of them gold. Is that very first run the one that secures the title? There's a long way to go before we can answer that. Johannes Aigner is one of the first that wants to put pressure on that time. 51.52 to beat. Matteo Fleischmann guiding down Johannes Aigner. The Austrians in search of another World Championship gold medal. The slalom champions last year in Lillehammer. The reigning Paralympic champion here on the course. Won this and the giant slalom. And Johannes Aigner is already 1.21 seconds. That drops down to 0.94. Can we get somebody inside 50 seconds? That would be a phenomenal time. But it's Aigner pushing on here. This will be close. Up towards the line. Yes, we are. 48.38. Johannes Aigner. Just 17 years of age, and this could be his second gold medal of these World Championships. The combined champion now holds on to first place in the downhill. De La Place, guided by Ulrich Card. 0.49 down in the opening section. Burst onto the scene in Lillehammer with the downhill gold. One of those that he picked up. He's closed the gap a bit, 0.33. This is going to be tight. The Frenchman on the charge. Picard puts him through the line at 48.84. It's so close. He's inside 49 seconds, just as Aigner was, but he isn't inside Aigner. almost half a second. The young Austrian in pole position here, and it should be good enough to take gold. Snaggle out on the course. Guided by Florian Erhardt. .58 is the gap here between Snagel and our leader. What's he got in this bottom 60? He's just going to be outside 49, isn't he? He's going to be outside 50. 50.31. He raised his arms in the air. It is probably medal worthy for Michael Snagel. It is. He's ahead of Bertagnoli. And with only one to come here, it would seem. Snagel fighting his way through the course. And this is actually Huang Mingyu. I know it's a 66 on his back. For some reason, our bib 22 is wearing 66, but maybe that's lucky. I'm not sure. Huang out on course with his guide Jung Sang-hyun. Huang Mingyu, our final standing athlete. Two DNSs here, Patrick Jensen and Michael Rolas. So Huang already 2.89 seconds down in the opening stages. So this means that the medal table probably will stay as it is. Aigner, De La Place and Snagel will be celebrating in a moment. .34 the time now. So that is insignificant now. It's about getting a clean run, making sure get down that bottom end unscathed. Best possible time. Just catching his pole at the back on that gate, but he's safely through in a 58.26. There we go then. Just 5 in the end, taking part in the men's VI. Conditions potentially persuading a few of them to not give that a try. And you can't fault them, it is quick. But it's Aigner that takes it, 48.38, a quick time from De La Place, who was less than half a second out from snatching that goal. And Michael Snagel of Austria gets the bronze, a huge performance from him to pick up a massive, massive first ever medal for Snagel.
Your second gold of the World Championships. How did you do it?
Yeah, nothing how I do it. I'm really happy that the second gold medal. I'm really happy that the teammate makes the first place, the third place, and yeah, I'm really happy today.
And can we have that in German as well, please?
Go on. Also, ich bin sehr glücklich, dass wir halt die zweite Goldmedaille gemacht haben. Ich glaube, heute hat alles ziemlich gut zusammengespielt und dass der Teamkollege jetzt dann noch Dritter geworden ist bin ich sehr froh drüber.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A very happy young man there, wasn't there, Johannes Eigner? As we step into the men's standing downhill competition. We'll kick off with Alexis Guimont. We'll go all the way down to Patrick Halgren, bib number 44. No Bendotti apparently in this, so when you get to the bottom there you'll see Bendotti's name, but my understanding is that he is not going to run. Guimeur, Barchet, Salka, Lindström, Kush, Priancic, Brosan. It's a busy old day. Have we got any surprises in this? The Paralympic champion of this one, Arthur Barchet. Marcus Salka was silver. And Theo Guimeur won the bronze in Beijing. All three of those are here and ready to try and take the World Championship title. 23-year-old Guimont. .29 and a fantastic first run yesterday in the combined event. Chose not to run in the second. What does he fancy here? Is he inside 50? No, he's not. He's going 51.07 though. An early marker for the rest. Theo Guimeur, bib 24, and he's ready to go. Away he goes then. Still only 26, the man from Switzerland. Mentioned bronze medalist in Beijing. Picked up a couple of bronze medals at the last World Championships as well. Super G and giant slalom, but that Olympic bronze wasn't what he wanted because he was the reigning Paralympic champion coming out of Pyeongchang. Has he got top spot? Here he has not. Well, he was up in the opening section, only to finish 0.41 down on Guimont. So the former Paralympic champion and the bronze medalist from Beijing goes straight into second position. Not what you want when you're second out. Arthur Barchet. Next up. Barchet, a fantastic talent. And still only 22, continues to wow us with medals as he did in the combined event yesterday. Bronze in the opening day in the Super G would have irked him. He's a winner mentally. He's a winner when you look at his trophy cabinet, that tells you that. Here though, he's got work to do in the downhill. Not necessarily his strongest. Bronze in Kranjska Gora. Silver in Lillehammer. It will be second. So Alexis Guimont, I said it was quick. He remains at the top. Tabarshane, he went for it and he's missed out by just 6/100ths of a second. Now, is the time good enough for a medal? Or do the rest of these runners, including this man here, who had a good start to the week, do the rest of the field swallow him up? Gold medalist in the Super G went out of the combined event. Is Marcus Salka the man to find the right line to knock off the Canadian? Guimont ready and waiting. Doesn't have, or Canada don't have a gold medal at this tournament just yet. He was 0.63 down. As you can see on the right side, he was inside at the second. Oh, he's a second inside when it comes to the most vital moment. Marcus Salka, 50.03. Is this a second gold medal? Guimont knocked off top spot here.
Behind Alexis Guimont, Marcus Salka of Austria is the new leader. The new time to beat, 50.03.
Aron Lindström of Sweden next up. A quick start, the 22-year-old from Järpen in Sweden. Now he's only 0.24 out at the first intermediate. Single ski pole user. There's Dismelia. There's Aron Lindström, which is a congenital limb impairment. Bronze in the combined. Looking unlikely here that he's going to pick up a medal in the downhill. He's out of time, quite literally. 53.19. He goes right to the back of the field with that one. Not for him, not today. This is Robin Kusch looking to put in the hard yards, as they would say. Kusch, just 24. How does he compare to Marcus Salka? This is very quick from Robin Kusch. He isn't inside Marcus Salka. He's well inside. 1.23 is the difference at the moment at that first intermediate check. Fantastic start. Absolutely fantastic start. Can he keep that sort of pace? Look at the drop. 0.05 now. Well, an amazing start from Robin Kusch here. Can he find the line again to keep up the challenge? He's a little wide heading into that final gate. Has he got the speed? Oh, 0.08. 8/100ths of a second. An unbelievable start from Robin Kusch, but Marcus Salka hangs on by just 8/100ths of a second. Fascinating watch. Really tremendous start from Robin Kusch, who was well over a second ahead in that opening section. And you can see the frustration, and quite rightly. That was the chance of a first ever gold medal for Robin Kuš. He drops into second. Pojancic out on course. Well, if ever there was a chance for that gold medal for Robin Kuš, it was right there and then. It was such a good start. '25-year-old Pojancic. .27 down as he clatters through that gate. Continues to drive through the gates. It's causing a little bit of housekeeping out on the course. Well, you've heard of a slow-mo. That's a speed-mo. Flying through there. I mean, if he had that sort of pace on the course, he probably would have come in the top two. But there you go, Niko Pojancic, 53.90. Now, Jordan Brossan. Great big push from the gates for Brossan. Point 11. Brossan was giving it everything out of the gate, wasn't he? You could see him giving himself a head start. Salka was 33.10 here. That's a big drop from Brossan. He just hasn't found the same sort of line, has he, as Marcus Salka. It's all right getting off quickly, as we saw with Robin Kuš. You've got to find the line and the rhythm for the entirety of the drop. Not as tight-lined as Pojancic, but he'll come through here in a time of 53.45. Brossan dropping down into 7th in the end, despite having a good opening to the course. Federico Pellizzari is preparing to enter the course. Big wave from Brossan. Pellizzari, debut world champ, saw him picking up a bronze in the Super Combined. Didn't have any medal joy in Beijing, though, the 22-year-old. It was a 4th place, agonising finish in the giant slalom. Pellizzari is 0.45 over in the opening section as well, here in the downhill. Came 8th in Lillehammer in this competition. Putting in the skids and lowering his ability to win a medal here. 1.71 back at the last time of asking. 50.03 was a tremendous time from Marcus Salka, and it's not going to get beaten this time around by Pellizzari either. In towards the line he comes. That's a 6th place finish for the Italian. 2.97 seconds behind.
It is 2.87 above the leader, who is still the Austrian Marcus Salka.
Oscar Burnham will be up next. Burnham acquiring his impairment back in 2018. First saw him on the World Championship circuit in Lillehammer. Tremendous 7th in the Super G. Also got a 7th in the giant slalom in Beijing as well. So he's continuing to learn. .91 down. Away goes Marcus Salka's time. It's 8 for Burnham in a 3:24 difference. He's greeted by a raft of French flags near the finish line. It's Burnham that flies down to the line.
Here we go, Harrigan!
Andrew Harrogate.
Give her the beat, Harrigan!
Missed a gate in one of the earlier days. Would have been rather frustrating. 27-year-old from Connecticut. Debuted back in 2016 up in Aspen. It's his third World Championships. He's good start. Found himself 0.95 up, but a big drop since then has put him 2.46 seconds down. Again, showing you the great work that Salka was doing in the middle part of this course. And Harrogate coming in. And it's all the threes. 3.33 is the difference, and it puts the American in 9th position. His compatriot Thomas Walsh waiting at the top of the hill.
The time to beat for the rest of the skiers, the racers, is 50.
Get it out, Thomas!
Here he goes then. Walsh, Beijing silver medal winner, on a charge to try and get a World Championship medal once again. He did it twice in the 2019 World Championships that was split across Slovenia and Spain. Giant slalom silver medal in Beijing. Hugely proud moment for the hugely proud American. 2.2 off the pace as it stands. This would be about time on the mountain as opposed to chances of winning medals for Thomas Walsh, and it is indeed a time of 53.72. Roger Puy-Davy of Andorra getting ready. Away goes the man from Andorra, the one and only Andorran in the men and women's events. Davy 0.32 up. It's really interesting to see almost everybody who's finding themselves up at that section. Whatever Salka did, he did it after that. Wherever he found the magic was after that, because again, Puy-Davy 2.52. That's exactly where he finished in Lillehammer as well. Still 9 others to come. might mean that Huidavi doesn't stay in 9. One of those is Gakuta Koike. Japanese, yeah. Starts off his run. Difference of 0.83 in that opening section. Just caught his right hand on that gate there. It was quite a hefty blow. That's why they do wear the protective equipment that they do. At these speeds, that would not tickle. Koike is over the line in 54.80, 4.77 seconds behind our race leader. So it looks like Markus Salka picking up his second gold of this competition.
54.80, com la resta de participants cansat després d'aquest esforç.
This is Arvid Skoglund, one of the two Swedes in the men's standing. He doesn't find himself inside Markus Salka's opening section. Skoglund, just 19. Took part in the downhill in Beijing, 26th place finish that day. 18th at the last World Championships as well. To the final few gates comes the man from Ostensund in Sweden. And he hits the line in 55.72. That's enough to put him in 15th position. Seven skiers left to come here in the men's standing.
Here we go, Jesse. Nice flat ski. Let's go.
Jesse Keefe, the third of the Americans in this contest. Let's go, Jesse. Big shout from the top as the man from Sun Valley, Idaho, sets off in conditions that have turned out to be anything up but sunny. It's 30.18, Jesse Keefe. See some decent speed from him in these opening couple of days to suggest that he is vastly improving over time. Born without an ankle bone in his right leg, Jesse Keefe, leading to an amputation not long after. Here he is in his second World Championships, getting as tight to that last gate as he could, getting as much speed as he could. 54.73 for Jesse Keefe here in the downhill. Time for an athlete who celebrates a birthday on the slopes. This is Leander Kress, who turns 22 today. So being forced out of bed on your birthday is never good. Being thrown down a hill seems even worse, but these guys absolutely love it. And Leander Kress would probably choose to spend his birthday on a slope somewhere anyway. 0.38 up for Germany's Leander Kress. in the opening stages. What he'd like as a birthday gift would be a really good smooth run. Single leg skier from Germany. He's doing just that so far. Finds himself 2.82 down. Can he get himself a top 10 finish? That'd be interesting. He'd have to be under 53.36 at the finish. As he comes in to the final gate on the right hand side there. 53 is going to be just outside, isn't he? Oh, 54.42. He goes 14th in the end, does Leander Kress. Happy birthday from all of us. Kohei Takahashi should be next. And is. Bib number 40 out on the course. Just 21. Still a student back in Japan. It's a third World Championships for the youngster. Decent start from him. Competes for the Nippon Sports Science University team. This is going to be a time around about 55. It is 55.39 for Takahashi of Japan.
Cinc 36 del líder, segueix sent Marcus Alher, i si no hi ha una grandiosa...
This is Marcus Nilsson Grasto. From Oslo, got a chance to compete, of course, at the last World Championships in his home country when they were held in Lillehammer at the beginning of last year. Of course, delayed by a year. Held in the same year as the Paralympics, which really meant a few injuries to some big names coming out of those World Championships. They were giving their all, and it cost a few people their place at the Paralympics, but that was the schedule. Everybody knew it, and everybody tried to pick up medals in Lillehammer and in Beijing. And if you were lucky enough to do both of those, it was a fantastic 2022, wasn't it? Nilsson Grasto. This is his third World Championships, and he is across the line here. 55.73.
El norec Marcus Nilsson Grasto, que es queda a la cua de la classificació, 19 amb 55.73.
Jules Segues. Also just 19. Second World Championships for the youngster. .6 seconds the difference here for Segers as he starts to take sight of the finish line. Didn't do downhill in Lillehammer or in Beijing, so this is a first finish in a downhill contest for Segers, and it's going to be 17th at the moment, 5.19 the difference.
Encara en primera posició l'austríac Marcus.
Okay.
Next out, Christoph Glosner, who is scheduled to be bib number 43, but wearing number 81 for your benefit. Another who is just 19. Second World Championships, finds himself up in the early stages, as we've said for many. Goes to show you that Salka was just gaining pace as he went, as opposed to starting off quick. Didn't finish either of the races in Beijing, Christoph Glotzer. But certainly took part in the giant slalom and the slalom events in Lillehammer. Can he get himself a finish here in the downhill? Again, first time competing the downhill at a World Champ, so he will pop across the line here in 54, 52, it's 15th. Pushing a fair amount of people down below him. And if he remains 15th, that would be a better finish than either of his ventures at the last World Championship. So good run from Christoph Glotzner, and there's only Patrick Halgren can shove him down. So Glotzner can be happy with that. We'll finish off with our fourth American. This is Patrick Halgren. 30-year-old. Halgren, how far behind is he here at this time check? 3.55. That would put him down in 19th position at the moment for Halgren. Saw him compete in Lillehammer. Again, another of those that has done slalom and giant slalom at the last two major events, so another experiencing the downhill for the first time, and he stays in 19th place. Does Patrick Halgren, as he's the final men's standing athlete to cross the line. Halgren discussing the run at the bottom as we look back to the top and the top of the leaderboard. Marcus Salka briefly at the top there, 50.03. Robin Kusch just 8/100ths of a second behind. Alexis Quimont, who went first, gets the bronze. Good top 10 finish there for Andrew Harahy, United States of America. And Bendotti, a non-runner, due to not turning up for the training run. Well, there are our winners. It seems a little while ago since we saw them. Marcus Salka in the middle there. Robin Kusch and Alexis Quimont flanking him because neither could get past him on the course. A fantastic run, 50.03.
Well, congratulations, your second gold of the World Championships. How did you do it?
Ja, heute war es nicht einfach, weil wir eben in der Früh noch ein Training gehabt haben. Ich habe, glaube ich, die richtigen Schlüsse gezogen, um dann eben im Rennen richtig stark zu fahren. Es war aber ein enges Rennen. Gratuliere an Robin, der ja 800 hinter mir war. Thank you very much. It was a tough race because we had today morning the training, and I think I got the right decision in the race
for doing better. But as you know, it was a tough and close race. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the victory.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Another gold medal for Marcus Salka as we go into our final event of the day. The men's sitting. Jeroen Kampschreur gets to set the quick time for everybody else to chase, but so far this week, Oatway, Pedersen, Mori have all been quick and have all been challenging. Niels de Langen has got some good pace. Can he find the line that finally gets him across the red line at the bottom?
Miss you. Bye, Bobby.
The Americans sending messages home. Here's Takei Mori, a gold medalist. On day one, he stunned a few people when he rolled back the ears. That's Kurt Oatway, focused and ready. This man is always focused and ready. Jeroen Kampschreur, away he goes. "23-year-old from Liederop in the Netherlands, bursting onto the World Championship scene with a triple gold medal haul. His 2019 was phenomenal. He took everything there was. But then he's come up against some good competition ever since. The medals have been a little bit more sporadic here. He hasn't got a gold yet. He didn't get one in Beijing either. But Kampschreur driving. Every ounce of strength and energy going into every single gate, it would seem. A little bumpy through that section. As we hit the 45-second mark, how close to 50 will these sit skiers get? In towards the line comes Kampschreur. There's the benchmark, 50.97 for a man that has a silver and a gold so far. Silver and a bronze so far. Is that the gold medal performance? Just look how low down these monoskis have to get, almost touching the side of the bucket seat, right on the edge of the blade of the ski. And there you see the mechanism that they're playing with. This is no toy, it's a serious machine. And they need it to be working 100% for them to get the maximum out of their effort. Away goes Kurt Oatway. 38-year-old from Calgary. Gold medalist in Pyeongchang. Double silver in the 2019 World Championships. Paralympic champion in this one was Corey Peters of New Zealand. He's not here competing. Often does compete sporadically with good effect. Now 1.31 down here. Oatway. Pedersen, a silver medalist. Mori, the bronze medalist from Beijing. Those two in that order are still to come. And this won't be as quick as the opening time. 51.24 from Oatway. Some 0.27 down on Kampschreur. So he made some time up in the bottom. Be interesting for others to know. Again, sometimes they just can't help. They lean over so much, they do bounce back up. It's about controlling it. He's the man that some would say over the last 2 years has been in the best form, and the amount of gold medals that he's picked up are hard to argue against. World champion in the downhill in Lillehammer. Couldn't get past Corey Peters in Pyeongchang. Can he put back-to-back gold medals together? Not only back-to-back World Championship gold medals in the downhill, but back-to-back gold medals on this slope here in Espoo. He won the combined yesterday. Can he do it again here in the downhill, or has Kampschreur got enough? 0.61 inside in the early section. Oh, it's dropped down to just 0.06 here. But we saw Oatway come up with something big in the bottom section. Pedersen's flying. Disregard for the blue lines. 50.97 is the aim. He will get there. 49.62. It's huge from Pedersen. It is huge from Jesper Pedersen. 1.35 up.
With this new mark speed, 49.62.
Well, Pedersen, yeah, a big Manchester United football fan. He'll be watching them in action this evening. Will he be watching it wearing a gold medal around his neck? This is Catégorie. So at the top of the program, 42 years of age, but it wasn't going to stop him. Again, pulling back the time, 0.18. Pointing towards home, 49, he's not going to get there. It is second though, 50.52, Kampschler drops into third. And these three are having an almighty battle this week.
Between Jesper Pedersen and Catégorie. Dorsal Japanese Catégorie.
Okay, let's go.
Niels de Langen. Disappointed with himself so far, but not totally. He's happy with the speed that he's finding. He's happy with that part. What he's got to do is turn that into the finish line. He's 0.52 over here. That's not a huge surprise. Everybody's been a little slower in that section and then picking it up from there until the bottom. Can Niels de Langen finally turn his speed that we know he's got into a goal? 32.49 at this next check. He's 0.62, he dropped 1/10. 24-year-old Silva, the best finish he's ever had. He's done that on 2 occasions. Several bronze medals of note. He is going to be outside of 50 and outside of the medals here. Niels de Langen does get to the finish line. It is quick, it's just not quick enough. 51.70.
Another Dutch racer, German Kampschler, is now third with 50.87. The second position is for Japan's Catégorie. Courtois away from Canada.
This is Suzuki Takahashi. Takeshi Suzuki, should I say. Year-old. Multiple gold medals in competitions gone by. None since 2015. Those World Championships held in Panorama in Canada. Found himself a second off the pace a few moments ago. 50 seconds has gone. How close to the top 5 will he be? He's 6th, 3.50. Suzuki drops into bottom place. 9 more still to come. This is Ravi Drugan. From Eugene in Oregon. Big shout of go on Ravi, 2 seconds off the pace, but this will be a finish as he points towards the finish. 5.77 seconds back. 55.39 for Drugan. Brian Rowland. "36-year-old. Comes from Merrickville in Ontario. Oh, a big slide, huge slide. Managed to keep himself upright in the end. Competing here in his second World Championships, and he's certainly leaving his mark in the snow. Driving in, some 4.27 seconds down here. He's just had to almost slow himself down purposely to try and get back on the line that he wants. Rowland in towards the finish line then, at about 57 on the clock this will be, or just inside, 56.707, 08 behind. There you see Rowland having to dig deep into the hillside to keep himself upright. Nicola Bisquet-Hudson, our one and only representative from Chile. A 24-year-old competing in his second World Championships. He was in Pyeongchang and Beijing for the last 2 Paralympic Games. Around a second down in the opening time check then. As for Pedersen's time there was 32. Bisquet is in the 35s. In towards the final gate, a little wide coming into that section, so Bisquet-Hudson will hit the line in 53.84. It's a top 10 finish for the Chilean, 4.22 seconds down in the end.
Jesper Pedersen for Chile.
Next up is Josh Hanlon. Away goes the Australian. All of the athletes have a different factored time. You might see that in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. All of their impairments are classified as individuals, whilst they're all competing in the sit ski category. Some may have an impairment that means that they can't do perhaps what others can, a limitation on movement, perhaps. That can be any part of the body. Those calculations are made, and that gives you a factored time. The clock runs instead of at 100%. So, for instance, Josh Hallen, it says there in the bottom, 86.87, shows you that the clock is slightly slower by that percentage. 4.75 down. Coming in towards the finish section is Hanlon. And the 25-year-old finishes his run here. Looking at our Norwegians, Norwegian currently leading, of course, in Jesper Pedersen. This is Magnus Balchen. He's only 23. Balchen. Debut major event. They can get anything nearly as much out of Balchen as they get out of Pedersen. The Norwegians will be a force to be reckoned with. You see the Japanese have two very good sit skiers, so too, of course, do the Dutch. Norwegians hoping that Balchen can team up with Pedersen and offer them a second medal opportunity in the future. Not been doing it nearly as much as the others just yet, and that time for Balchen, 56.35.
Seconds, 0.35. 6 seconds, 0.73 above this.
Tate. Here with the very funky looking custom job on the monoski to match the outfit that he's wearing. Lots of nice touches Australian wise. There's certainly a boomerang quite visible on the uniform. As he points to the finish, Tate will get there in 54.94. The course just starting to be soaked in sun. We seem to have got through the worst of the weather up here. The wind and the cloud seem to have disappeared, majoritively. We go with Matthew Brewer then. Just under 2 seconds down. An early check. Had some hairy moments as Brewer. This is his debut World Championships. They took him to Beijing. Got plenty of experience there. He's been up close and personal with the ISPO snow over the couple of days we've had. This is looking Very clean indeed so far, and Brewer hits the line here in a time of 56.26. Just a couple of athletes left to come on to the slope. I don't know a great deal about this young man. Just 21 years of age, Billy Dravitsky of New Zealand. This is a debut major event for him. I mentioned earlier on Corey Peters, the current Paralympic champion from New Zealand, I was going to say, and well, Dravitsky slides out here of the downhill that Peters is the Paralympic champion of. You can see a part of his monoski is just continuing its journey into the side nets. Well, it's triple banked down that right hand side as you look at it for protection, but Dravitsky has lost his front cover. Someone's scampering up the hill for him. He seems not to be affected by the spin out. So there'll be a delay here as we wait for Dravitsky to get himself into a safer area. It's a very steep section of the course out there, so would be rather unprotected. And well done to that cameraman, by the way, showing his multi-skill. Not only is he good on the camera, he knows how to fix a monoski. Give him a raise. So one final athlete to come then. René Di Silvestro will be waiting, but not 100% sure how long he'll be waiting. Dravitsky may need some assistance. He seemed to just roll back down onto the snow as our cameras were cutting away, so not sure if he's feeling the ill effects or he thought he was going to get a lie down. He is quite new to the circuit, so maybe he just needs to be explained to that you can't sit there, son. You can see a couple of the course officials just having a chat. There you go. He just needed to be explained. He can't stay there, young man. Well, Dravitsky goes out and makes his way down. And that should mean we are back and ready for our final athlete of this session. René Di Silvestro, athlete number 60. Dravitsky, the only one so far not to make it, so not a bad day at the office for the sit skiers. And Di Silvestro gets himself ready. Big scream for the big man. He's got some arms on him, this fella. Not known for his downhill. He has got medals in sit skiing. Could well throw a surprise at us. Last time he did downhill at the World Champs, it didn't end very well. He went out. A gold medal in the super combined in Lillehammer. He came away from Beijing with 2 silver medals. This man knows how to ski. He knows what it takes. And René Di Silvestro coming towards the line around about 52. It is 52.12. And he puts himself inside the top 7. A 6th place finish for Di Silvestro. He might have been right down the bottom of the list, but he was not right down the bottom of the order at the end. Well, that completes all of the athletes. We'll see our winners from the last event. We'll hear from Jesper Pedersen, hopefully once again, before we finish our broadcast here on day 3. So it is Pedersen from Mori from Campsjö. Jesper Pedersen with a fantastic 49.62 to take the title. Well, here is Jeroen Campsjö. This is Mori of Japan. But no doubting the man that won it, Jesper Pedersen, dominant once again here on the slopes. There's the smiley faces, less so from Campsjö there. You can see he'll be disappointed. He wants a gold around that neck. Jesper Pedersen is feeling it for a second time.
So congratulations once again, another gold. How was it out there?
Tusen takk. Det var egentlig sånn som på treningen. På trening tidligere I dag så hadde jeg noen ting jeg kunne forbedre. Så jeg gikk for det maks, så traff jeg egentlig veldig bra hele veien. Så jeg veldig fornøyd med dagen. Today it was pretty nice actually. The grooming was perfect, and from the training this morning, I knew I had some things to improve. So I did that and really smashed it, really. So I'm really happy, and I hope Man United beats Nottingham Forest tonight.
I will take offence to that, as I'm a Nottingham Forest fan, so congratulations.
Thank you.
If ever there was a comment from an athlete aimed at a commentator, that was it. Me and Jesper had a few words a little bit earlier on about our football allegiances. There you go. He's off to watch the football, so am I. Thank you very much for joining us here in Espoo. Join us again tomorrow when the action continues. It's fast, it's fun. See you all.
Another medal, Taki. Second place, a fantastic silver.
銀メダルおめでとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Taki. Well, still searching for that 10th World Championship gold, but another medal on the third day.
Ja, derde plaats. Ik ben er wel blij mee hoor, maar ja, wat kan ik doen? In de eerste intervaltijd heb ik al meerdere tiende achterstand, terwijl ik een perfecte lijn ski. Downhill is niet helemaal mijn favoriet natuurlijk, maar ja, weet je, mis ik gewicht, mis ik factor tijd natuurlijk. Het is gewoon vrij lastig om daar iets tegen te doen. Dus ik probeerde op het stijlen echt mega veel risico te nemen. En nou, ik heb wat mij betreft mijn perfecte race geskiet. Dus nou ja, brons prima, maar ik wil natuurlijk wel voor goud gaan. Yeah, of course, I'm happy with the third place, but on the flat parts I just lose a lot of time. It's a bit of a factor thing. It's a bit of a weight thing, and of course I gotta keep working hard to improve on downhill. For sure tomorrow it's going to be giant slalom, one of my favorites, so I'm going to try to get some good results there as well. So I'll focus on tomorrow again.
Well, fingers crossed we'll see you on the podium again. Thank you.